Thronefall is a minimalistic tower defense game from GrizzlyGames. It's simple, cheap, and pleasant to look at. I enjoyed playing it, but at times its simplicity felt limiting. Before I get into that, let me introduce you to the game and its mechanics. Thronefall doesn't focus much on story. You play as a small king on horseback, tasked with restoring a fallen kingdom. Moving from level to level, you prepare for attacks by setting up defenses and outlasting waves of enemies. At its core, the game is less about narrative and more about chasing high scores or setting yourself personal challenges. Thronefall does a lot with a little when it comes to visuals. It has a clean, simple, colorful look that makes units and buildings stand out from the background, while also adding enough detail to make each map feel unique. The game also uses environmental lighting really well, like when it shifts from night to day. Or when this huge fire buzz lights up the environment in a way that feels realistic. I do wish some of the buildings were easier to tell apart, especially the towers. It can be hard to tell what each tower does since they all look similar when upgraded. Some models also don't look great up close, like this fish boss. The music fits perfectly with the gameplay. It's calm during the day and intense at night, adding to the atmosphere without being overwhelming. Thronefall has a tight gameplay loop split into two phases, day and night. During the day, you ride across the map to build structures, grow your economy, and prepare for attacks. There's no time limit, so you can take your time and plan out your kingdom and defenses. You place buildings in predefined spots on the map, and they mainly fall into three main groups. First, you got economy, which are farms, mines, and houses that generate gold each morning, if they manage to survive the night. Next, you got buff buildings like blacksmiths that improve your combat power and your troops. Finally, you got defense and military like walls, towers, and barracks that are used to protect your kingdom. All of these buildings can also be upgraded to either improve their output, make them more durable, or do more damage. A lot of your time during the day will go into planning and debating your next move. Should you expand your economy to prepare for tougher waves later on, or focus on defense by building walls or upgrading that one tower to deal with the immediate threat? You can always see what type of enemy is approaching, allowing you to adjust your strategy accordingly. The rest of the day is spent positioning your units, a part of the game I found way less enjoyable. As I mentioned earlier, barracks produce units, which are a key part of your defenses. There's a good variety of them, and each unit is designed to counter a specific type of enemy. For example, barbarians are great at taking down siege engines, while crossbowmen excel at picking off archers. While the units are well designed, the process of positioning them can feel repetitive and tedious, making it one of my least favorite aspects of the game. You can command units either by gathering them with your king, or by using number keys on your keyboard. Pressing 1 selects all units, pressing 2 selects melee troops, and so on. Although this feature is helpful, I wish the game allowed for more flexibility, like creating custom groups with hotkeys or placing units via the minimap. Much of your time is spent riding around the map, manually positioning your troops, which can disrupt the flow a bit, in my opinion. And if you accidentally press the wrong key after carefully setting up your defenses, it's frustrating to say the least. At night, the siege begins, and your planning is put to the test. These battles are thrilling, and riding across the battlefield on your horse to defend a weak point or take down a powerful enemy feels incredibly satisfying. Some maps even manage to create moments that feel straight out of Helm's Deep, as you desperately hope your walls will hold on long enough for your archers to respawn. Seeing your pre-planning pay off feels really satisfying, especially when you can simply sit back and watch your units and towers handle the enemies perfectly well without you. With the right weapon and upgrades, you can also turn your king into a killing machine, easily handling groups of enemies by himself. I'll be honest though, the first few levels of the game didn't grab me. The gameplay felt too easy and a bit restrictive. However, once I made it past level 3 and started unlocking mutators and additional weapons, the experience really clicked for me. You'll start getting more buildings, more enjoyable enemies to fight, and more items and mutators to customize your difficulty. After beating a level, you unlock new weapons for your king. These range from bows to spellbooks to massive axes, giving you plenty of options to experiment with. You also unlock buffs and mutators by reaching certain score thresholds and leveling up. Buffs allow you to customize the game to suit your playstyle. For example, you can make towers shoot faster when you're nearby or increase the gold output of your farms. My favorite buff is Commander Mode, which makes you, the king, much weaker but significantly buffs all of your units. A trade-off that can completely change how you play the game. Mutators, on the other hand, are designed to add challenge and replay value. They provide score multipliers but introduce higher difficulty. Some of them are straightforward, like increasing enemy health or speed, while others are brutal, completely changing the game. For example, by disabling your ability to build walls or make towers way more expensive. If you want to 100% the game, you need to engage with the mutators. Each level has optional quests tied to them. For example, beat the level using a specific weapon or complete a level with particular mutators active. That said, all of this is optional. You can finish the game easily without ever touching the mutators. However, it adds a fun layer of challenge to the levels, and I'd highly recommend trying some out. And that's actually one of my favorite aspects of the game. It's really only as difficult as you want it to be. And that's it. I really enjoyed my time with Thronefall, but after finishing it and tackling a few of the extra quests, I don't really feel much reason to go back. Thronefall is charming, simple and fun, but it can feel a bit limited. Still, if you're looking for a fresh take on the tower defense genre, it's worth a shot. Thank you for watching. This review both ended up being a lot longer and taking a lot longer than I expected. If you got any feedback on the video or got any game suggestions for future reviews, let me know. I've not decided on the next one just yet, but it might involve rain, chopping trees, and a very angry queen. As always, thank you so much for watching.